Good afternoon, fourth grade. Today I'm going to teach you about lesson 11.02 in math. This lesson involves fractions and multiplying fractions. So I'm going to share my screen with you so we can go over the learning target. Okay, so we have three learning targets. First one is I will be able to multiply a fraction by a whole number using models. I will be able to use fraction models to represent a problem, and I will be able to solve multiplication word problems with a fraction and a whole number. So in this lesson, we're going to be learning basically how to solve a whole number times a fraction by using modeling, okay? So when you submit your assignment for this, you want to make sure that you use modeling. Okay, modeling is drawing a picture of a shape. It doesn't matter what shape you use, as long as the shape represents the fraction that you want it to represent. Okay, so the first two questions, they actually give you shapes, and they show you how to do this, all right? So the first one is 2 times 1/5, and then they write it bigger. So basically, it's the same thing as saying 1/5 twice. So this is your first 1/5, this is your second 1/5, and you add those two together, and that's what gets you 2/5. On your second problem, it's 3 times 2/6, and they drew these shapes, okay? This is a hexagon. Hexagon is 6-sided, so I know that there's 6 pieces in here. And so it was 3 times 2/6, so it'd be 2/6 3 times. And then you add each of these together and you get 6/6, which also equals 1 whole. All right. So now we have 6 problems that I'm going to go over in this exercise. So the first one is 3 times 1/7. So I'm going to draw a rectangle 3 times. Okay. And I need to partition it 6 times, so it'll be 7 parts. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th part. I can make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and then that's going to equal, and I'm going to draw another fraction model. Sometimes you might need 2 of these, but I don't think I need that in this case. All right, so I'm going to shade in 1/7, and I know that I'm going to be adding these together because we talked about in an earlier lesson that multiplying is the same as repeated addition. So I'm going to repeat my addition of 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7. And over here is going to be my final product, my answer in a multiplication problem. So that should equal 1, 2, 3, 3/7 would be my answer, 3/7. And again, I want to see you draw a model, not just multiply, but draw a model. All right, the next problem is 2 times 1/5. Well, I'm going to choose a circle. And I know that I can cut a V there, 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 and there, 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 and there, 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 and there. It's like pie or a pizza. All right, so I'm going to shade in one of these and use a little darker green on this one. One of these. So this is a good exercise for those of you that like to be artistic. So each one of these is representation of 1/5 plus 1/5. So over my answer, then I have to shade it twice. 1/5 plus 1/5 then equals 2/5. Okay, and that's by using a fraction model. All right, we go into the next one would be, kind of hone in on this so you can see it a little closer. 5 times 1/3. All right, again, I'm going to use circles, and I'm going to create 5 circles. Put a plus in front of each one of those. And in this case, I just have to form a Y in the middle of my circle. That makes 3 parts. Okay, and it's going to equal, I'm going to draw 2 circles just in case I need that many. All right, I'm going to use light blue. So I did 5 1/3. Okay, so I have to shade in 1. That represents 1/3. That represents 1/3. That's 1/3. That's 1/3. And that's 1/3. And I'm going to write 1/3 under each one of these. To show my repeated addition. So now I'm just going to shade in my final product, how many times I shaded in each one of my circles. So that was 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. All right, so now I have 1 whole and I have 2/3. Okay, also that equals 3/3. Okay, this equals 3/3 or 1 whole plus 2/3. So if I just add my thirds together, it would equal 5/3. But I also know that 3/3 is equal to 1, and 2/3 would be 1 and 2/3. So I could write it as an improper fraction and write it as a mixed number. You notice I didn't have to use my number bond to figure out my mixed number because I just looked at my model. So drawing a model takes that one step away from you where you don't have to use the number bond. All right, here I have 7 times 1/2. All right, so I'm going to use rectangles. And I'm going to create 7 rectangles. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to cut them in half because 2 is in my denominator, so I want to create halves. Okay, and I'm going to choose red this time. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what it says, 7 times 1/2. I'm going to shade in the top part. Does it matter if I shade in one top, one bottom, one top, one? No, it doesn't matter. As long as you only shade in one of the 2 parts. I like to be consistent and keep them in order, so I'm just going to do all of them on top. So this is my answer. So I'm going to draw a bunch of rectangles. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to draw 4 of them. I might need 1 more. I might need one less. I'm not sure. So I'm going to cut them in half because these are all halves. And underneath each one, that's going to represent 1/2, plus 1/2, plus 1/2, plus 1/2, plus 1/2, plus 1/2. Okay, I'm going to go all the way over here. This is my first one. This is my second one. So I've made a whole. Or 2/2. Okay, go to my third one. Go to my fourth one. Go to my fifth one. Go to my sixth one. And go to my seventh one. So again, here I have 2 halves equal to 1, or 2 halves equal to 1. This one I only have 1/2, and I'm going to add these together. So if I'm doing my 2 halves, or 2/2, so that's 2/2, 4/2, 6/2, or 7/2. Or if I look at my holes, I have 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, and a half. Would also equal 3.5. Again, I did my improper fraction and my mixed number. Now, when you complete these, you don't have to do your improper fraction. You can just add up your mixed number, your whole numbers plus your fraction. But your answer should be in a mixed number if you have more than 1 whole, okay? More than 1 whole. All right, so we finished number 3, number 4, and now we're going to go to number 5. Number 5 is 4 times 1/4. And I'm going to go to my circle again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, just in case I need 3. I'm not sure yet. All right, so again, it's fourth. So I know I can cut it vertically, horizontally, vertically, horizontally, vertically, horizontally, vertically, horizontally. And I can do the same thing with my answer, my product. All right, now I'm going to do my favorite color, which is purple. So I want to do 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. Okay. So 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. My answer, I'm going to shade in 1/4, another 4th, another 4th, and another 4th. Well, I'm done. I didn't even have to use these extra ones, so I can just cross them out. Okay. So this one equals 4/4, and it also equals 1 whole. So 1 whole would be my answer. Need to go back up here and write 3 1/2. And up here and write 2, 1 2/3. Okay. 1 2/3. So 3 1/2. Okay, we have one more left. We have 6 times 1/3. Okay, and I'm going to do rectangles. So I'm going to do 6 rectangles. Equals 2 rectangles. Okay, so 3 is in my denominator, so I have to partition my rectangle into thirds. So I can go 1 across the top. And I like to do them all at the same time. Then I just can do one continuous line over. And then my second, again, when you have thirds, you want to do 2 partitions. Cut them, so then it equals thirds. And this would equal 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. So I'm going to use orange this time, and I'm going to do the middle row. 1 there, 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 and there. All right, so now I'm going to complete my product. So I have 1, the second one, the third one. Notice I'm using my fingers to go along so I don't get lost. You can also cross them out if you're done with them, whatever strategy works for you. I'm working on my second rectangle. Okay. So here I have 3/3 and 3/3. Well, I also know that 3/3 equals 1. Add those two together. So I have 3/3 plus 3/3 equals 6/3. Or I have 2 holes that equals 2. So 6 times 1/3 also equals 2. Okay, so that kind of goes over this exercise, 11.02. All right, so we did quite a bit of work on this activity. All right, and I'm going to go over our learning target again. Our learning target is I can multiply a fraction by a whole number using a model. That's what we did. I can use fraction models to represent a problem. We didn't really use that but you are going to use that in the lesson, and you can solve multiplication word problems with a fraction and a whole number. So you're going to have word problems in your lesson that you need to go over to figure out what you're going to multiply. So you'll do that with this lesson 11.02. Okay. So I hope you have a great day. And again, this will be uploaded in my YouTube channel. So I will send the link to your inbox on Monday morning, or I might do it on Friday for some of you that start doing the work on the weekends. So have a great day.